afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming through to today's showcase. My name is Lethogile Motaung, and I will be presenting a topic called Find Your Happy. As I said, my name is Lethogile Motaung. I am a mother of one, and my target audience and people that I usually talk to are mothers, young mothers that have gone through postnatal depression. My mother's still struggling with postnatal depression day to day. I have my good days and I have my bad days. And how I'm dealing with this is finding my happiness. Soulful Sundays. When I heard the topic Soulful Sundays, I immediately thought about soul food. What is soul food, you may ask? In my culture, we gather on Sundays and we cook what we call 7 colors. Different salads, rice, meat, and the meat of choice is either stew or chicken. And my people is what comforts me. Food comforts me. It makes me happy, but it has to be the specific kind of food. It has to be the plate prepared by my mother sitting on my grandmother's couch, the home that I grew up in. That place is a place where there's warmth, where there's love, where there's safety and protection. I gather my things or my thoughts when the world becomes too cold and I go to that place. No matter if I'm sitting in an office or if I'm back at my own home where I raised my own child. I like to just go back and think about how would I feel if I'm sitting next to my late grandmother eating a food prepared by my own mother. And why that place? Because food has always been a way where my mother talks to us in her own love language. Food has always been the staple, the background, the foundation of us coming together as a family. Life has not been easy for me as a mother. It was all frivolous and happy before becoming a mother, but with so many truths that I was not told that I had to experience while being a mother. I used to refer myself as the 18-month-old mother because it was when she was 18 months that I realized I'm actually as old as her. And what do I mean as old as her? I was learning how to communicate. I was learning how to be myself. I was learning how to be the best version of who I was as a mother. The world had become a new platform. It had become a new staple. I did not know how to deal with it. So going on, I asked myself questions over and over again. What journey are you on? Where are you on? And at first I thought I was on a healing journey, but I was on a journey of rediscovery. And that had so many levels to it. And one of it was finding a place where I could find my happiness and work from that. If I could be sitting on my couch and just daydreaming, the one thing that I love doing is watching Netflix or TV, and I would watch shows that has food to it, attached to it, that would narrate stories about it. And that is when I saw that my obsession comes from that. And that is where I'm happy. That's where I find my happiness. So it could be a glass of wine. It could be where you grew up. It could be watching shows about cars. But what is your happiness? Where do you go when the world becomes too much or too cold? What do you do with it? My journey certainly hasn't been easy, and it's not going to be easy. I know that now, and I didn't know it. And going to a place where my mind can ease, where my mind can find peace and calmness, is a place where I can remember how it feels like to have a plate of food made by my mother sitting on my grandmother's couch. Yes, it's not for everybody. And yes, I'm not like everybody. I'm still rediscovering myself. Being a mother has included so many passions. I'm now brave enough to say I am a public speaker. I'm now brave enough to say, listen, I'm a mother. I'm now brave enough to say, I don't want my career anymore. I want different things. I want to travel. I want to experience, and I want to come home and feel warmth and love. I want to build my home full of warmth. And where does it start? It starts at my happy place. It starts where I go back and find myself. It's where I pray. It's where I walk in my faith. It's where I sing. It's where I find my own grace. It's where I can call myself the superb mother. Where everything around me is just beautiful. Everything around me is about me and my daughter. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I'm not the best public speaker as yet, but I am a support mother, and I love a plate of food, and I love my grandmother's couch, and I need a weekly. I will recreate it by being appreciative of where I am now because I know where I'm going. This is a journey of rediscovery. I'm doing my feeling. I'm not going to subject myself to just feeling. I'm going to see the brighter picture. And it all starts with my happy place. So I'm going to ask everybody of you today, what is your happy place? How does it feel being in that happy place? Are you really happy with it? Is it that glass of wine? What is it? I urge you to find it. Find it. Revel yourself in it. Walk in it. Run in it. Jump. Fly. Whatever it is. Feel happiness. Because when you deal from it, when you walk from that place, you walk from yourself. You don't even care. You don't even care what people say. Because that is your place. So today, another with my child in front of me giving a speech. I just want to say, people, find it. Find your happy place. That's it. Signing out. The public speaker of Leave the Mother. Thank you all for listening to me. And have